Hi, welcome back once again to the world of knowledge that is Bluebell Academy. Dear students, hope you are doing good with your studies at home. I pray for you, Almighty, for examination and this pandemic also. Come to the point by seeing this background, you may come to know about what we are going to learn in this video. My dear students, today we may go learn about the gentleman of Rio in Medio. You know that one? Here are the few important tricks which I want to give you in by this video. That is the important characters. What about the lesson? How it is important for the exam point of view. You can understand here one by one. First, we have to go with the title of this lesson, that is Gentleman of Rio in Medio, which is written by John A. Cedillo. John A. Cedillo is the writer, as well as he is the professionally lawyer. He is doing the mortgage business, what we call sales deed lawyer. Okay, in that one. Now, a gentleman is here refers to Don Anselmo. There are around 5 characters are there in this lesson. Rio in Medio is the one of the place of New Mexico, which is found in America. Now, basically, Don Anselmo is a Spanish one, Spain person who's settled on in the America. First point, and key person in this chapter. Key person in this chapter in the sense he is having major role in this story. Second one, followed by his a small child is there who is living in that along with that one. Third one, A. Cedillo is the writer of this lesson as a lawyer and the mediator between the Americans and the Don Anselmo. Americans want to purchase the property of the Don Anselmo. So, the most important character is Don Anselmo, followed by his child, and then A. Cedillo, writer of this lesson, as also a mediator between the Americans and that is Americans and Don Anselmo. So here, survivor engineer is also there on behalf of the Americans. He want to survey the land. Let's start with this one. Characters are there, 5 characters in this one. I want to tell you very simple thing that it took. Start with the first paragraph. It took months of negotiation to come to an understanding. The old man. Here the word negotiation is there. Bargaining of the price. We call negotiation. Little variation in that one. The amount is fixed between the. It took months. It took little time for the negotiation. What? Bargaining of that land of that one. Now, along with that, he was in no hurry. Who he refers to? Don Anselmo refers to. He was in no hurry. What he had the most of was time, because he is a aged person. He don't have any further duties in his life. Don Anselmo, he feels that he is having much time. He is an aged person, senior person who is living in the Rio in Medio as his ancestors were living there. In Rio in Medio, where his people had been for hundreds of years. He tilled the same land they had tilled. Tilled means growing or using that land. Which land? The land which is used by the ancestors, father, forefather, and grandfather, and forefather. What they have used the land. The same land is again used by the Don Anselmo. Tilled in sense it is using for the agriculture purpose. His house was small, were reached. House was small and reached in the sense it is unpleasant, little uncomfort, we can say a little dirty or little old type of the house was there, but it was a quaint, it is beautiful, look attractive. The old man crack ran through the little creek ran through his land. His orchard was groomed and beautiful. Here, the creek word refers to the river which is flowing next to the house or the in between that land. It is referred over here. Now we can use the word gnarled also, a branch of trees. That in simple, this paragraph trying to explain the writer that it is the beauty of the town in the form of flowing rivers as well as the gardening. It is referred over here. The word gnarled refer to the beautiful, that is gardening. Come to the second paragraph. Here we will go with the second paragraph. The day of the sale. The day of the sale, when the agreement start and they are ready to sail to that into the office, came what is his coat was loaded. Now description about this one. This paragraph may going to ask in the examination point of view. I want to give one more reminder for you people. This will be going to ask for the MCQ. That is extracts. It is going to ask for the 3 marks. Also extract for the 3 marks and 2 marks question. If it is 2 marks question, might be from this paragraph also. Describe the physical outlook of Don Anselmo, how he looks. You have to write this one. See what are that one. He is having his coat was old, green and faded. Green and faded. The old cut one. It was like a old coat, a loose one, which is not strengthened one. We can call faded meaning. Of Senator Catron. Senator Catron, the member of the parliament, how they used to wear the coat of America. That type of the coat he is wearing. Who? Don Anselmo. It is a physical look of Don Anselmo which we are reading here. Now, such a power. Now, who has been such a power with these people up there in the mountains, perhaps. So he's an elder, he's having a power. It was elder person, he's having authority or the things which he can have control, we can say. It was one of his old Prince Albert's. Here, how long breasted coat Prince Albert is wearing. It is given the example, the same thing he is wearing. Who? Don Anselmo. He wore gloves to cover the hands. He is wearing the gloves and they were old and torn. Little bit it is patches on that gloves torn, and his fingertips showed through them. Little it is torn somewhere and the finger out of that cloth and it is showing that one. He carried a cane, but it was only the skeleton of a worn out umbrella. It is carrying a stick along with him, which is of umbrella, which is torn one. Again also saying it is not in a good condition. Behind him walked one of his innumerable kin, a child behind him. Innumerable, many kids are there, but here it is referred to one kid, that is kind. A dark young man with the eyes like a gazelle. Eyes like a gazelle is a type of a small deer eyes. Deer, jinke. Okay. Eyes which is to be compared his eyes to the boy's eyes. Whose boy's eyes? The boy which is along with the Don Anselmo. This is what the scenario of second paragraph. Now we'll have third paragraph. The old man bowed to all of us in the room. Then he removed his uh, hat and gloves. He's having hat, gloves, slowly and carefully. Champlain once did that in a picture. Charlie Champlain once did a picture in a blank, in a bank. He was the janitor. How the Charlie Champlain done in a movie like that? He has removed all the coat as well as the that is hat, and it is remitted. Janitor is the word used here, that is a meaning we can call it here. It is related to the that is watchman who is wearing all those things systematically. It is used here. Okay, now next, then he handed his things to the boy who stood obediently behind the old man's chair. Boy is standing because he came along with that one. He is standing with that one, and he handed over all those things to that boy to take care of that starting conversation. Now come to the fourth paragraph. Very interesting paragraph. Fourth paragraph is conversation took place between the American Don Anselmo, A. A. Cedillo, and the survivor also. These are the most important characters in that one. Don Anselmo selling his land to the Americans. American are purchasing the land from the Don Anselmo. Between them, mediator is A. A. Cedillo. A. E. Cedillo is the writer of this lesson, and Americans send that after purchasing to survey that land. Survivor, he is an engineer. Clear the points? Clear the points? Come to that one. There was a great deal of conversation about the reign of his family. He was very proud of his large family. Finally, we got down to the business. Before starting, one more thing. Before they are getting out, they are coming out to the what they are having. That is discussion about the sale deed. They man entered. He has removed all these coat and gloves and hat. He has handed over to the boy who is standing behind his chair. Now they started conversation. Just before starting conversation, they ask about the family. What about the rain? Whenever we meet a long time after anyone or anybody, we used to talk about how are they in the house, how about the climatical conditions, what are the things it is there. Like the same way also they started the conversation. They come down to the business. It's not the business here, to the point. For that reason, why they have gathered over, they have gathered here for the, they have gathered there for the deal, sale deed. Okay, sale deed, purchasing of land. He would sell as he had agreed for $100 in a cash. Who has agreed here? Don Anselmo has agreed to sell his land to the American for how many prices? For the 1,200 American dollars, 8 acres of land. Remember once again, this is the most important point. $1,200 for the 8 acres of land. We would be buy, and the money was ready. Money was ready. These Americans were ready to pay for that. Don Anselmo, I said to him, I refer author here. I said to him in Spanish because he knows Spanish. I already told you. Basically, he's from the Spain. Okay, their ancestor were lived in the Rio in Medio. We have made a discovery. Writer. I said Don Anselmo. A. Cedillo said, we have made a discovery. What is that discovery? Sale deed is the discovery. We, in the sense, all the people together. You remember that we sent that survivor who sent American, along with that A. Cedillo, they sent a survivor to look after, to measure the land, how actually the land, what is the actually size of the land. That survivor is the engineer, remember here, up there to survey your land, so as to make the deed, in the sense to purchase or sell the land. Well, he finds that you own more than 8 acres. He said that survivor surveyed that you are selling us 8-acre land of about 1,200 American dollars, but actually your land is more than that. You are having more than 8-acre lands. A. Cedillo told to the Don Anselmo. 8-acre land. He tells us that your land extend acres across the river and that you own almost twice. It is double is there. 8-acre more than that it is there. More than that it is there. So you are having more land. A. Cedillo told to the Don Anselmo with the help of surveyor engineer who surveyed the land of Rio Medio of Don Anselmo. Your land extend, okay? Much as you have thought, he didn't know that. Who didn't know that? Americans and the that is A. Cedillo, they don't know that one. What is that? And now Don Anselmo, I in the sense Don Anselmo added, these Americans are Benaginite. These Americans are good people. Remember this word, okay? Spanish word is there. Good people. They are good people and they are willing to pay you for the additional land as well at the same rate per acre. So that instead of $1,200, you will get almost twice as much and the money is here for you. Now, what Don Anselmo and American were trying to, A. Cedillo and Americans were trying to convince the Don Anselmo that you have owned more than the 8-acre land, more than the 8 acres land, and you have sold it, made it was 8 acres. You want to sell us, we want to purchase. After the survey engineer find and we come to know that you are owned of more than 8-acre lands. So we can pay double to that amount what we been made agreed earlier. For that reason, money is ready if you want to agree to sell this land, extra land apart from the 8-acre, we are ready to purchase. Who said? Americans and A. Cedillo. These words are said by writer itself. You can say A. Cedillo. Whatever. Money is here. 5th paragraph. The old man hung up. He stand up. He got shocked. His head for a moment in thought. Then he stood up and stared at him. Dittishwagi nodida. So he said, watched continuously to him. What they are asking? They have told to agree to the purchasing of the selling of the land 8 acres for the $1,200. But they are asking now for the more, asking me for the more land and trying to give me amount also. He said, friends, Don Anselmo's friend, I do not like you speak to me in that manner. Friend, what we have made earlier agreement that you have to give me $1,200 for the 8 acres. The sale deed is over. Everything is finished. Now time to sign the agreement and get the cash. Now you are changing the words, which I am not agreed with this one. This is what Don Anselmo trying to say to the Americans as well as to the A. Cedillo, that you are insulting me in that. I don't want to speak with me in that manner. I kept still and let him have his way. He did not care about that one. I know these Americans are good people. And that is why I have agreed to sell them. But I don't care to be insulted. I don't want to insult myself that I am not stingy of money. ನನಗೆ ದುಡ್ಡು ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಬೇಕಾಗಿಲ್ಲ. So I want to keep myself with respect. What you have made agreement that selling that one, I am not agreed to sell the more than 8-acre lands. I have agreed to sell my house and land for the $1,200 and that is the price. I am not changing my words. What is been agreement made, that is the final one. I argued with him. I here refers to the A. Cedillo, but it was useless. What is the useless? He demanded more than the 8-acre lands, A. Cedillo, but he argued with the Don Anselmo. Don Anselmo did not agree. It is a useless argument of A. Cedillo. Finally, he signed the deed and took the money, but refused to make more than the amount agreed upon. Then he shook hands all around put on his raged gloves once again, took his stick, and walked out with the boy behind him. Finally, he did not agree, and he said, "No, my dear friends, I am not ready to sail this more than 8 acre lands. What we have made agreement earlier, I want to ready for the 8 acre lands for $1,200." Okay, they are giving offering double of that amount to get the land, but he is not agree. No use of argument. Okay, a month later, my friends in the sense, authors friends Americans moved into the Rio Medio. They replastered the old house, pruned the trees, patches the fence, moved in the summer. In the sense, what they have purchased a house, no, next to the river in the Rio in Medio. They replastered the house. They one more pruned word is used. In that meaning is cutting the trees in the proper shape to look the beautiful. Okay, cutting the trees in a beautiful manner. Patches have been made all the clear, putting the fence surrounding the fence, tanti jali surrounding. Okay, and moved in the summer. One day they came back to the office to the complaint. Now whose office here? The office of A. Sedilo, writer, author. They come to the office complaining of what? See here, complaining the children of the village were overrunning their property. There, what the Americans, they stayed over there, no? There the property is there. This property is overrunning. They are misusing that property. Whose? The children of Rio in Medio. They are running the property. For that reason, American have come to the office of A. Sedilo to complain this one. Okay, to complain this one. They came every day, played under the trees, built little play fans around them, and took blossoms. They cut the flowers and all. Whenever they are spoken to them, they only laughed and took back good naturally in a Spanish. So he is trying to complain in front. Americans are complaining in front of A. Sedilo in the office room that we have purchased this land, and these Rio and Medio children of Rio and Medio, they used to overrun the property. They use the property, cutting the blossom, making noise and shouting, this kind of disturbance. Can you make this one clear understanding? So what happens here? I sent a messenger upon the mountains for a Don Anselm. He is living in the mountains, in the sense, Rio Medio. Don Anselm. It took a week to arrange another meeting. First meeting is sailed it over. Second meeting is for to solve the complaints. Okay, complaint of running the children over the property. When he arrived and repeated his previous preliminaries performance. What is the prelim? Asking, entering and wishing him, shaking hand with him, removing the gloves and hat, and keeping the stick aside with the boy who is along with the same performance, preliminary earlier, which he has done in the first meeting. He wore the same faded kit, same old coat, cut away, and hands off around, sat down with the boy behind his chair, and talked about the weather. Finally, I broach to the subject. I come to the subject in the sense, author is come down to the subject, that what he want to tell that one. Don Anselmo, about the ranch you sold, the property you have sold, the property what you have sold, a very large farm property, ranch, a very large farm property, whatever you have sold, this property is overrunning by the children of Rio in Medio. Finally, bro, Don Anselmo, about the ranch sold to these people. They are good people and want to be your good neighbors always. But when you sold to them, you are signed a document, a deed, and in that deed you agreed to several things. One of them was that they were to have to complete possession. What he is trying to make understand, Don Anselmo, the agreement happened between you and the Americans, that the total property is occupied or controlled or sold by you people. It is controlled by the Americans. It is controlled by the Americans, and now they want to enjoy this property with the complete possession. ಕಬ್ಜಾ ಮಾಡಿ ಎಲ್ಲ ಅವರು ಹಡ್ತಾಟಿಲಿ ಇಡಬೇಕಂತ ಆ ಥರ ಲೆಕ್ಕ ಇಲ್ಲಿ. ಬಟ್ ಆ್ಯಕ್ಚುಲಿ ವಾಟ್ ಹ್ಯಾಪನ್, ಬಟ್ ಯು ಪೀಪಲ್ ಆರ್ ನಾಟ್ ಅಲೋವಿಂಗ್ ದೆಮ್ ಟು ಡೂ ದ್ಯಾಟ್ ಒನ್, not allowing to do that one. For that reason they come with a complaint to my office. Signed a did in that one did you argue to you agreed to several things. One thing was that they were to have the complete possession of this property. Possession ಕಬ್ಜಾ ಮಾಡೋದು, ಅಪ್ನೆ ತಮ್ಮ ಅಥಾರಿಟಿ ಒಳಗೆ ತಗೊಳ್ಳೋದು, ರೈಟಾ. ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್, now Don and Silmo, it seems that every day the children of the village, ಇದು ನೋಡಕ್ಕೆ ಬರುತ್ತೆ. ಸೊ ಸಮಥಿಂಗ್ ದೇ ಆರ್ ಸಿಂಗ್ ದ್ಯಾಟ್ ಓವರ್ ರನ್ ದ ಪ್ರಾಪರ್ಟಿ. ಎವ್ರಿ ದೇ ಆರ್ ಕಮಿಂಗ್, ಎಂಜಾಯಿಂಗ್, ರನ್ನಿಂಗ್ ಓವರ್ ದೇರ್, ಪ್ಲೇಯಿಂಗ್ ಓವರ್ ದೇರ್, ಎವ್ರಿಥಿಂಗ್ ದೇ ಆರ್ ಎಂಜಾಯಿಂಗ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಗೋಯಿಂಗ್. ಸೊ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಸ್ಪೆಂಡ್ ಮೋಸ್ಟ್ ಆಫ್ ದೇರ್ ಟೈಮ್ ದೇರ್. He would like to know if you, as the most respected man in the village, could not stop them for doing so in order that these people might enjoy their new home more in peace. So actually what happened, they want to enjoy this property in peace. They want to enjoy their property in peace. For that reason, let them live in peace. Can you not stop those boys to playing in the orchard or surrounding of that property, whatever you have sold them? Tell them not to come or play and run the property and cut the flowers or pluck the flowers also. They want to live in the peace. 9th paragraph. Don and Silmo stood up. Finally he got irritated. Oh, for this reason you called me, for complaining of these children you called me. He said stood up. Stand, stood, a phrasal verb. Okay, so he stood up. We have all learned to love these Americans. Oh sir, don't teach us the manners how to love these people, Americans people. He said, because they are the good people and good neighbors. I know that one. These Americans are good people, good neighbors. We want to also prove ourselves good people. I sold them my property because I know they were the good people, but I did not sell them the trees in the orchard. He said clearly. We made agreement is that one. We have sold the land. I do agree with that one. I sold the land, not the trees. Why he is saying this word? Next paragraph. He said, I sold the land, house, not the trees. Why is he telling that one? Very important point it is there. That is 10th paragraph. This was bad, said the writer. Don and Silmo, I pleaded. When one signs a deed, sells real property, one sells also everything that grows on the land. If it is made that one has sold the property surrounding whatever there the things are belong to that one, it is also almost sold, and you should not say these words. This is a bad thing. Asked the Sedilo. On the land and those trees, every one of them are not on the land and inside the boundaries of what you have sold. You know that one. Once you sold the property, whatever comes in that surrounding of the property, it is also been sold, and you do not say that one. I have sold the property, but not I have sold the trees. But you have actually sold the trees also, but it belongs to the same one. Yes, I admitted. Don and Silmo said, who could not agree? You are 100% right to your words, and I also agreed to that one. I admitted, I agreed. I admitted, I agreed. I said, you know, he added. Who added? Don and Silmo. I am the oldest man in the village. You know that one? I am the very old person in the village. Almost everyone there is my relative, and all the children of Rio and Medio are my sobrinos and Nitos, sobrinos and nephews, nephews and niece, sister and brother, cousins, we can say. They are one another blood relation of the family of ours. For that reason, they are having very close blood relations in that town. That is sobrinos and one more nitos. This is a Spanish word that means nephews and niece, nephews and niece. My descendants, my father, forefather, grandfather, and all descendants, every time every time a child has been born in Rio and Medio, since then I took possession of these houses. From the long time also, whenever the taken I have possession in that property, every time, what is saying, every time child has been born, whenever the birth of child took place in a Rio in Medio, since I took possession of the house, I have owner of that house. From my mother I have planted a tree for that child. Actually, trees are not mine. Whenever the child took birth, since from my mother or from my descendant, they plant a tree when the child has took a birth. For that reason, these orchid is yours, this property is yours, but these actually trees belongs to the children of Rio in Medio, the children of Rio in Medio. He is trying to convey this message to the AA Sadilo. I have planted a tree since then. The trees in that orchard are not mine, Senator, sir. They belong to the children of the village. Every person in Rio in Medio born since the railroad came to end, Senator Fee owns a tree in that one orchard. So whenever the rail trail it is taken from that earlier period also, since then it is growing the trees. So I can't stop them playing that one. I did not sell the trees because I could not they are not mine. I cannot stop them playing in the orchard because it is not mine one, it is the children one. When they took birth, I have planted a tree. My mother, it is also been knowing that one, it is not mine that one. There was nothing we could do. We can't do with this one. This is the rights of a children who's there living there, and they are trying to playing that one. Legal, we own the trees. Here there was nothing we could do. In the sense, author and Americans, we can't do anything, but legally we own the trees. Legally, who owned the purchased of property, who is purchased, he already taken this one, owned these two. But old man had been so generous, so curiosity, so good person, having a so descendantly he is come to know generosity, knowing about good things, generous, refusing what amounted to fortune. He is not agreed to these words which is to be telling them. For him it took most of the following winter to buy this one, that is trees and all. It took one more season to do that one, winter, to buy these trees individually from the descendants. If you want to purchase this one, you have to come individually. Don and Silmo in the valley of Rain Medio. That means if you want to really purchase this one, along with the trees, it take a descendant or seasons together. That is nothing but highly impossible in simple to stop that playing over there and took a possession over that trees. That is highly impossible. You want to convey that function. I want to tell you on that 2 marks question will be from this lesson, first option. If not, definitely the 3 marks extract will come. I will repeat 3. We made the discovery. Many words are there, many underlined words are there. You can, I pleaded, I added the word something. It is underlined words which is to be there, which I have explained many times in that one. But you focus on that one. Extract or 2 marks question will be from this lesson. Who said to whom? Don't get confused. I have tried to give as simple as explanation to understand, my dear student. Thank you for watching. Once again, subscribe our channel, like our channel, then share this video to your more friends, they also get benefited, and comment what you want to learn from us. Thank you for watching. Stay tuned for the next video.